making music today. So let's come to video and start our full stream. If you watch on Rumble, if you watch on the phone, I'll be live on my laptop. So let's go back from the beginning and do the first part. The drum. It's a cold steel mini leather neck and a big pencil. And I went to just one of them. Get the microphone a bit close. I was looking through streams, and I was doing a training stream the other day, a few days back. And I was thinking about there's so many things I can do with old content, like live streams, remix, get shorts, I don't know. And you can also do shorts and then add commentary to it, like a voiceover. So, after modifying this cold steel Recon Tanto knife, it's good. Which are one of the benefits of training. You can figure out if there's any issues with your gear and adjust it, like carry methods. If you carry it a certain way and you practice rapid deployment, for example, and you might notice that just something is like this is the wrong shirt to wear, or it is in a bad position or something. Anyway, so I figured out I optimized this knife, cold steel Recon Tanto, and it may or may not be an imitation, like a knockoff. I'm not sure. It could very well be, because the sheet looks different than if I Google Amazon and search cold steel Recon Tanto. Anyway, even a copper grade and original can be good. Now, it's not impossible to raise a real one and just sell it from China. Okay, so it did come with like when I bought it, where it looks like it's been filed down at the back here. So it's missing a piece of the coating. So it makes it plausible to me that it could be, it's like cold steel had a batch, hypothetically, but there was something wrong with the machine. And it's like ended up like 1,000 knives got this problem in the back, and they said we're not selling these. It's like they sell it to some retailer, and it ends up on Temu for, I don't know. By the way, it's the point. I optimized this knife, cold steel Recon Tanto, and the grip is a lot better now with this grip tape. Now, a problem I discovered in training was there was a failure to deploy, you could call it, which means in the middle of training, I can deploy one-handed. Okay, I don't have to use two hands to draw it. You can deploy one-handed, like this normally. Okay, see here, and without the grip, the extra thickness to the grip after adding some medical tape to the handle, you could kind of just push with the thumb, and it snaps off, and then you can just dump it. So after pulling it and then try to deploy it, it didn't come off, and then my instinct, like muscle memory, is to deploy it like this, like this or like this, which if I would do that without the grip tape, both this knife and this knife, they're secure enough to where they don't fall out. I mean, I could have this upside down outside my shirt and walk around, and I wouldn't be worried about it falling out. But if I want to come out, see, I can deploy it like that one-handed, where it's the same bottom mechanics as deploying a collapsible baton, telescopic baton, where it's like you hold it and you do this or this sideways with enough force, speed, and it makes the sheet come off. So it's the same deployment, one-handed. If you end up, like let's say I'm carrying it like this inside the waistband, and it's not tied to the belt or something, and I practice deployment, and I come up like this, and I had the whole sheet with me. just doing this with one hand can make the sheet fly off. Similar to how you deploy a collapsing baton, a telescopic baton. Now, the failure to deploy that I had a training session, which is good. One of the benefits of training is I learned that it's a problem with my gear, and I can change it accordingly. Meaning, the way I could deploy it before I added some extra thickness with this medical tape, I could deploy one-handed like this easily. I could hold it like this and then do this and the sheet will fly off. Now, trying it the same way didn't work, and then I had to assist with the left hand to free the blade. So the grip has been enhanced, certainly, but a problem is that I added some extra thickness to it, which means it's a tighter fit in the sheet here, and it takes a lot more force to get it out. It's not just the thickness, but it's extra friction, which means it can be a problem where normally it'd be easy if I carry it like this, and then pull it and it comes out with the whole sheet like this. Just doing this will make the sheet fly off. Or like this, okay. Now, I noticed in training that after I added the grip tape, the medical tape, it's a tighter fit, so I couldn't deploy with the same technique one hand as I could before, which one of the benefits of training, you can figure out things. Where's that like, oh, okay, I've been training and I can deploy this one-handed, and then I just change the grip and I don't train it anymore. And then it's like the first time if you would be in a fight for life, you pull it, and it's like, oh, it doesn't come off, and then you have a problem there. Somebody is being rude and cussing. What the F is this? It's you getting blocked on the chat for being a toxic POS. Okay. Powerless, onerous, simp. Okay. Of Satan. You heard about Toys R Us before. I bring you simps of Satan. Satan. So, could it be Satan? So, here's the knife. You heard about chicken drumsticks before. I bring you chicken little. This is, you can bring me some tool with you. If you're that guy, Lars Ulrich, when I say this, like the Wolf guy, in Metallica, whatever you're a drummer and you're touring and you're on a budget, you can't hire security. So it's like you and 20,000 drunk people in front of you, and you don't have any like bouncers there to keep drunks from coming on stage and attack you. You get this as a drumstick, and you can use it as a drumstick, and if needs be, in the middle of drum solo, and like there's people jumping up on stage to come get you, so you can go like this, understand? And you can make music where you make them part of the show. Would they be doing a cappella song? Ow! See, they'd be part of the song. Then it's like, psych, fool you! You think you're gonna ruin the musical performance, and then you make them play the cappella solo with like hit it with the drumstick. Wow! Okay, whatever. It's not noises they'd be making. So anyway, it's important. It's like everybody might be like, oh, I don't feel comfortable on stage making the sounds if we're an artist, but like this, it's just gonna happen. Okay, so really miss the dancer. We get it back to the drumming solo. This and the big pen. And this is a balancing act because I have these two little things here. So we start with a good old waiting signal when in your car. At least that's in Sweden. This is what car sounds like. Okay, so that's a good start before you get into something else. See? It's not hard. I'm gonna have to start with owners in the dictionary to make sure I use it right. Just felt like that. So there is a difference, meaning impact with the big pen makes a different sound than impact with the coarse mini leather neck, aka chicken little. You heard about chicken drumsticks before. I bring a chicken little. For drummers on the body, like I said, they start to tour, and you can't afford like the bouncers. There's like a buffer line in between you and the audience, and it's like you're starting out, and it's like maybe you go to the Chinese restaurant at this level in music career. Well, take it from me, and it's like you go to a Chinese restaurant and you eat the buffet, and you get like the chopsticks to go and bring them home, and that's all you got. Understand? And like cans you're recycling. You find like cans in a trash bag. You find some metal cans, and then you got chopsticks and metal cans. If you're at that level, but still you're somehow getting booked to perform in front of huge audiences like arenas, but you don't have the budget yet to buy like security to keep drugs from storming the stage. Okay, and I've seen clips. Okay, there is a problem. So there's like, so here's the problem. I've seen the clips which have people jump up and says, "Here's the problem. You buy this, you can use this for drumming, and in case people storm the stage as the drumming, you can go like this." Okay, now don't try anything simple with this from home. Or just do one here. Okay, now do this again. The old electric apartment heater. Okay, it's an electric radiator, and it has these lines on it. What I called before. Here we go. And it's a drum on the side and a guitar on the front. Yes, these little things on the side too. It's a little bit too stiff. There's a difference in the top ones and the middle ones. So. Right. And it has an empty space in the middle, so it creates some Yeah. There's not that much of a difference. All right. So these are two cold steel knives. One of them is certified legit. The other one, it's I stand it down. So I'm not sure this is an original, like a legit cold steel knife. I bought it from a China site, Temu. This one I bought from Amazon. That's a real cold steel knife. This is the cold steel mini leather neck, and this is the content. And the sheet is a major difference. What I've seen on the Swedish Amazon in America. So either I can keep it like this, or I can unwind. I'm gonna unwind it actually. I'm not here. Don't try anything, see me do this. I should home. Have to find the part here. Then we use this knife to cut it open. And wiggle it. There you go. And I only have to strip the part that goes in the sheet, and the border part can stay. So it's a lot more grippy for sure. There you go. And it's easy to deploy now. But it does have this glue, which can be good and bad. This is kind of best of both worlds. They're a bit thick in the bottom. Still glue from the medical tape. But it's easy to deploy. So basically, I made a grip enhancement by adding medical tape to it, which made the grip better. But I have to go all the way up to the finger guard. That part of the knife is part of the locking system, but it's like friction and it squeezes here. So adding just 1 or 2 millimeters, maybe 3 with the medical tape. Maybe it's just like 1, whatever. Some thickness, extra thickness. It made it hard to deploy it. Which means in training I noticed it. There was a better grip, but doing rapid deployment drills, having it covered carrying the knife and then quickly deploying it, I noticed that it was harder to deploy the knife one-handed than normal, which is part of what can happen depending on how you carry it. But for example, if I carry the knife like this, just slide it under my belt and then have the shirt over it. See, and that's a one-hand deployment, which is what? It's just under my belt here with the shirt over, and then this, and ultimately I grip the sheet with my left hand. Now, this kind of worst case scenario and the hardest way to reliably deploy the weapon, where it's better if you attach it to the belt or a pant loop somehow. And there's so many ways you can go about that. You could get like a shoestring or rubber handband and tie it. So, okay, I already have a string here. For example, I can go here, use the top hole here. And this helps you to do one-handed deployment. Now remember, don't try anything you see me doing this at home or hear me talk about. Where I'm tying it here to the pant loop. And then we do one of these temporary knots that is easy to release. There you go. See, and that helps me to more easily deployed one-hander. Where if it's not tied there, it can happen that I grab it, pull it, and the whole sheet comes out, which means I'm standing there holding the knife with the sheet, which adds a second step in the deployment process. So right now it's like two main parts. It's freeing the weapon, the knife handle, grabbing it, pulling, so you can count it as 1, 2, 3, and then 4 will be attacking with it. And if it's not tighter, a calmer from practicing just putting the knife under the belt and pulling on it. A common problem, it becomes 5 steps. There can be a failure to the point where you pull it like this, everything else is the same here, and pull, and because it's not tied, the whole sheet comes with it, which adds a second step of the problem. Grabbing it and pulling. Or what I've been able to do before, pulling it, and if that happens, where I don't free the knife, I bring the whole package out, and I'm standing holding it. You can deploy like with a collapsible baton, a telescopic baton, by holding it here and going like this, or with the reverse grip, like this. And there's different ways you go about it, using gravity inertia to free it. Now I know what his the point. So this is a more secure way to carry it, where you tie it and attach it to something. So now if I pull, I don't have to, versus the other way, if it's not tied there, you want to grab it and pull, or use your right hand to put the thumb here. This works for a lot of knives. Put the thumb at the top of the sheath and then push, pull like this. Can work too. Like I said, don't try anything you can do this slash at home. I'm gonna free this. Cold steel, mini leather neck. There's so many ways. I figured out different ways to carry it. Within the pant loop is another way you can carry it, like this. Without tying anything. So obviously, in pocket carry. And I did some shorts, actually I didn't publish yet, earlier tonight in the bathroom, practicing this, showing different ways, like starting a series of like different ways to carry this knife. So, in the pocket carry, and this is a pocket with a button. Okay. And then let's speed up a little bit. Don't try this at home. Here. Another way to prep the deployment is to put your hands in your pocket and then deploy. That's kind of worst case scenario. Here, putting this in here, the sheet, is another way you can carry it. To make it more secure, you can tie it, use rubber bands or string. But even just like this, well, it didn't work. It can work. Well, not here. So then we'll do it like this. See? Thumb here. Push that way. Pull this way. Like this. Another way would be here. And then same deal. My glasses. More people are gonna get blocked. This is not a channel where insecure, toxic losers get to come and troll and hate and act like idiots and not get blocked. People get long. Yeah, so I'm a persecuted Christian, taught a video talk with a secret persecution program called Gangstalking taught videos. And I've been taught for more than a decade with this. And no, I'm not crazy. And no, I'm not on drugs, okay? I'm not a paranoid schizophrenic. I'm not a crazy person imagining things. I'm a person being taught with a secret persecution program called Gangstalking taught videos, which is a modern day equivalent of the Resetting program. Meaning you can understand gangstalking as a program, contemporary gangstalking, which is what I experience. You can understand that by looking at the Resetting article on Wikipedia. It's a program that recruits people to target you. And it has state involvement. And I'm not talking the video. So on the laptop stream, before I started to get into the drumming and stuff, I titled the video, Christian taught the video, I think. Mike SAHA live, or the date of the day. This is just Mike SAHA's live, just click go live and the YouTube picks the title automatically. So, there's Christian churches that participate in gangstalking. The Bible Church is a gangstalking church. Brandon Holthouse, Brandon Sissy Boy, Beta Holthouse, Baby Boy. And Andy Woods. So I've seen a lot of Christian ministries, pastors, targeted for the program. I don't know if somebody needs to be told. If there's a targeted video that finds this video, then it's like the first week after you realize you're a target of gangstalking. Don't expect that it's like, oh, you run to a church, okay? So if I go to church, that's like a refuge, okay? And it's like that, maybe that's an environment I can go, I won't get targeted. No, you can expect to get targeted for the church. And me making videos talk about gangstalking is strategic and tactic. It's not just whining, which haters might try to misrepresent what I'm doing. It's like whining. I'm not whining. You see me crying? Oh, poor me. No. The government doesn't want the word about cancer to get out. So a way to fight back is to get the word out. Meaning, being a ton video, do what I do, streaming and talk about gangstalking. And just the titles, I get the word out. I'm a public ton video live streaming, and the government doesn't want the word about gangstalking to get out. So just talk about it and talk about what it is, what it does to you, what it is, what it's not. There's a value in that. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk with gangstalking. What is gangstalking? What does it mean? It means I'm a Christian being persecuted. A persecuted Christian, so I put that in how to sometimes. Persecuted Christian put in the bikes online. Because if you're taught with gangstalking, the type of gangstalk I'm taught with, you're being persecuted. And if you're a Christian being taught with this problem, which is persecution, by default you're a persecuted Christian. Which is not the same thing as saying that it's a spiritual phenomenon. Toxic losers not welcome in the chat, you get blocked. I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't tolerate people. If I go to the supermarket, and every time I'm in the supermarket, every time I go out in public, these people are sent 5 marks and they're agents, gangstalk agents, so-called perps. No, I can't just push a button on my phone and they fly out of the store. Okay. It's not like beam me up squad. I can push a button and then the person disappears from my environment. But if it's easy for me to put down boundaries and remove toxic people, if I have the ability to, I'm gonna use it. See, so I carry my phone and there's 5-10 gangstalkers in there. Go and just click hide user from the supermarket, like block, and they just disappear. Okay, but if I'm home and there's people that are gangstalkers, cyber stalkers, or just rather more toxic trolls, I can just click the button and remove it, and I will use that. So this is not a channel where people get to harass me and mess with me, so it's in the chat and not get blocked. So I'm gonna talk to gangstalking, and let's talk a little bit more about that. Gangstalking is persecution. It's a secret persecution program. So it's a program. It's not a single narcissist or psychopath recruits 5 monkeys to target you. It's a program. And it works to target with psychological warfare. There's Christian churches involved in gangstalking, which I count as a form of domestic terrorism. A lot of these ministries like Brandon Hotels and Andy Woods have seen, and Brandon Host, like YouTubers that start talking about subscribe to them for the program. They hype fear of Islam. Like, oh, it's an external threat. Well, wait a minute. Based on your behavior, I've seen you be part of domestic terrorism, is what Ted Gunderson, former head of Los Angeles FBI, called it. You're involved in domestic terrorism. I've seen more Christians participate in this program than I've seen Muslims talking for the program. I've seen more Christian pastors and ministries persecute me as a Christian for a evil, wicked, secret persecution program than I've seen Muslims participate in it. And it's like obviously you're gonna have cult tactics like demonizing me, and it's like scapegoating. Was like, Mike, you're satanic, you're a demon possessed, you're Nephilim, or something like this. You're a reprobate, you're a Nephilim, whatever. But wait a minute, you're acting like Satan. You're persecuting the church, see? But it's like projection. When I see Christian ministries with the covert, the secret like language of the Nazi psychopaths, like the covert communication, which is part of psychological warfare, it's not like you're a demon, you're of Satan, something like this. And I'm a Christian, and you're a persecutor of the church that's told me with lies, and work to murder a person, destroy their life. See Luke chapter 9. But the Torah rebuked and said, in honor of man of spirit, for the Son of Man that did not come to destroy man's life, but to save them, went to another village. Lord, wilt thou ever command fire down from heaven and consume them as Elias did? But he turned and rebuked them and said, in honor of man of spirit, for the Son of Man did not come to destroy man's lives, but to save them. Interesting to see Christian ministry be involved in a program that is designed to destroy the target's life. Okay, and it's not like, well, what we're coping with is targets are bad, evil people. So for the greater good of society, would run into which, okay, it's like for the greater good, okay, and the target is bad, okay. It's like, do you think that the disciples of Christ were responding to people being righteous, and it's like these people are doing great deeds? Jesus, do you want us to call down fire from heaven and destroy these people? No, they good reason they were up to no good, understand? And the third rebuked them and said, no one, not one man has speed on, for the Son of Man not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. So that earned them a direct rebuke to the face of the Lord. Not a gentle reproof, a rebuke. wanting to destroy men's lives. So what are you Christian pastors doing, working for a program targeting me, targeting the video, that's designed to destroy my life and has tried to murder me before? And who am I? A Christian. So you're part of persecution of the church. And what I call me satanic, you're satanic. You are of your father devil, and the last your father will do. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. You work for a program, work to destroy my life, that has tried to murder me before, and it's worked to target me in ways it's like slow murder at its base. And mingled in throughout the years of targeting, there's been the program the targeting get, baseline targeting, it's slow murder. And then intermediately been like fast murder attempts. And it's Christians involved in that. And it's like the linchpin is that they had to cover it up. So like the cult group, like the in group, they could be like, yeah, it's like behind closed doors, it's like we're doing this to bad people and stuff. But it's like they can't present it to the world because this couldn't survive the light of day, see? And have no fellowship around fruit of works of darkness, but reprove them. Ephesians 5:11. And the previous verse I quote from Luke chapter 9, around 50, verse 55, somewhere on there. After having been converted, according to testimony, they are injurious and persecutors of the church. See, they work to do harm with psychological warfare. Dula Bible Church is one of these churches. Ben Holthouse is another pastor targeted for the program, and Robert Breaker. So it's a long list of pastors. So most of the people targeting me are lost to don't say that. I'm a Christian being persecuted, and most of the persecutors are atheists or whatever. Okay, and there's also Christians, real or fake, that participate in targeting. And I'm not the problem. You are the problem for doing things that I can talk about that are damning. And it's not like I hacked these people's computer, and it's not that expose is like I hacked Tom Stegall's laptop and got a folder, it's like butt pics, and apparently he's gay or something like this. It's got like a collection of men's butts or something like this. No, it's things that he has in his public videos. It's like I'm a total video subscribe to his channel, and in his videos there's covert abuse, subtle gaslighting, veiled threats for this program that started me. Okay? Do you understand? So I mean, it would be like if I started being a racist, like for real, and I go like F black people, okay, like for real, and then people go, this guy Mike is a racist scumbag, he's attacking black people in the stream. Who's the problem? The guy making exposés like this guy Mike is a scumbag, or Mike doing that in his videos that people can talk about. Go, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. He's been doing this in his videos to me. Okay, now. The issue is that it's so covert, it's so subtle, sophisticated, that it's plausibly deniable, and they play the games of you're crazy. Okay, the target is like all the same with targeting him. He's crazy and paranoid. Interesting too how the program that the Bible Church taught me for, it requires lies, see, to be sustained. Is that how God works, through lies? No. So it's like they work for a program that taught me. The Bible Church taught me for the Gangstalking program. If I watch the videos, and then the same program, if I make a video, I'm being gang stalked. The same program that puts up these pastors talking me also sends cyber stalks in my chat. Well, this guy, you're paranoid and crazy. Nobody's talking you. No one's talking you. You're paranoid and crazy. You need psychotic drugs or something like this. Okay. So it's like, oh, you speak the truth, and you have to say the guy is crazy and lying. That's interesting. That's not like something Christian. Something that you're doing in the open. And if people in the open talk about it, you have to attack the person, talk about it with lies. The person's a drug addict, the crazy, the paranoid. Okay? No. So it's not even like the scandals of regarding Steven Anderson, where it's like there's tales of like his kids say this happened, some friend maybe, it's like ex, whatever, like Steven Anderson was doing this in his home. It's not that type of thing. It's like, if Steven Anderson was taught him in his videos, and I see the videos on his public Facebook page, and I make a video, Steven Anderson was doing this in this video. It's like, am I doing something wrong? It's like something like really weird, like I'm hack his computer, and it's like I'm here to expose what Steven Anderson has been Googling or something like this, or what it's like he watched My Little Pony video because I hacked his computer, so I watched My Little Pony video yesterday at 11 a.m. Is he happy? Is he a happy fella? Is he happy in a way? Like type of guy that plays dress up with My Little Ponies and unicorns and rainbows, and he's laughing the whole time. They're being happy. Okay. Yeah. Why, Steven? Why? Okay, that's all I want to know. Why are you watching My Little Pony videos at 11 at night, right after you tuck your bed, tuck your bed into your wife, and you tuck your kids into the dog house or whatever you do, and then you open up your computer. It's like every night around 11, 12, like close to midnight, he opens up mylittlepony.com. What's that about? Okay. The hack is look at his webcam, see they're laughing, being really happy the whole time. Like really happy, like really, and it's got the happy clothing, like the gay clothing too, and a ring. Whereas he's doing this, as he's doing this, I can picture if you will, Steven Anderson. Look at My Little Pony videos in the dead of night in his wife's basement, understand? And he's wearing gay clothing, which means like bright, colorful, okay, and a ring, okay. See, he that has that. This is I'm not talking about homosexual sex, understand? The King James Bible says he that has the gay clothing. There's a Bible verse in 1611. King James Bible published 1611. He that had the gay clothing. Now that's not talk about when you teach with the gay pride flag on it, like LGBTQ on it. It's talk about a certain attire. Understand? It'd be like sackcloth and ashes, and the opposite of that would be like gay clothing. You understand? It's like plain, boring, dull type of clothing, and then there's like fabulous clothing, where it's like, okay, you can pull up Webster's 1828, gay, okay. They can put in there, why is Steven Anderson gay, and see if they have a little folder there. I won't be surprised if you got a picture, like gay man of the year, gay pride award, something like this, Steven Anderson. Finally comes out of something. I mean, so yeah. Anyway, Steven Anderson is a dirtbag. It's serious. I'm being serious now. Steven Anderson is an anti-Semite, false gospel-giving heretic. So, and these are the heresies. I gotta keep doing what I'm doing. So if you're in a war, you don't win by you don't stop fighting until the war is over. You keep fighting until you're over or the war is over. Understand? So, gangstalking is a war. It's more accurately describable, the gangstalking I've been taught with, as a war than adult bullying or group stalking or covert abuse or something like this. It's more accurately described as a war, as far as I'm concerned, than described as adult bullying or something like this. Throughout all this, I've been talking with chemical warfare. I've been shot in the leg with a weapon, which I believe to be a CIA heart attack or something similar, which could have been a failed assassination attempt. So yeah, beware of the Bible Church, which is one of these gangstalking churches. And you know what? I believe in the power of the truth. And I believe that it's not impossible that within a decade, if the Lord tarries and the rapture doesn't happen anytime soon, will it be tomorrow? I don't know. I'm not break. I'm a silly goof. Will September 23, 2027 be the date of the rapture? I don't know. I'm not saying it will be, but what if it could be? I'm not saying it is, but what if? I'm just saying, ask a question. What if it is? Could it be? Let's look at the Shemitah and the Jewish feast of trumpets. And I read that the Taurus is going to be in the north in the constellation that day. And it also that the UN has booked a meeting for the climate change. Could it be that will be the date of the rapture? I'm not saying it is, but what if? It is a little goofy, nervous. I don't know. Okay, he knows he's doing something wrong. You know what to do. That's the point. So yeah, anyway, it's all fun and games right now. All fun and no games make Jack a dull boy. Understand? All All serious and no silly makes Jack a dull boy. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Comma. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Okay. Perhaps you need a little talking to. Maybe more. Okay. You've always been the king, Mr. Thomas. Okay. What a willful boy. Your son, the son of yours, is a very willful boy, if I may say so, sir. Okay. So, naughty, naughty. Okay. Perhaps he's a bit talking to, maybe more, if I may say so, Mr. Torrance. Mr. Torrance. Willful boy. A willful boy, Mr. Torrance. You've always been the caregiver, Mr. Torrance. Something like this. Okay. I had to dial that in a little bit. Going from memory. A lot of times if I'm doing it, I had to have refresh memory, like listen to the guy recently to get it better. This a movie. I'm not supposed to. Okay. I'm not supposed to. Okay. So I corrected them. So anyway, that's the point. People that leave comments, first of all, you just should really be appreciative if you get a reply at all. If you can leave several comments when I get it blocked, okay, that's a privilege. To be able to start leaving comments and keep leaving comments, and like to have me notice your comments and pay any amount of attention to them is a privilege. Okay. Now, if you're coming in, whatever the comments are, if it's like love bombing, fake support, and I can tell the like count didn't go up. It's like I go live. This happens all the time. I go live like 3 minutes into the live stream. It's like starting out at 0 viewers and like 1 minute to 1 viewer, and then it goes like 3 or 4, and then 4 people watching live. And then people start writing comments, and I see the like count says 0, which means nobody clicked like button by leaving comments. Which means I can know that this person is leaving a comment, wanting some attention, an answer, some human interaction. They want to interact with me. They want to get an answer to the question, want me to pay attention to them. They didn't reciprocate those levels. They want to get something from me. It's a subtle sign of narcissism. They want to get an answer. They want to get attention. They want to get some interaction with me, but I can't give a like click on the video, which is such a low-level effort. And a sane, healthy person wouldn't have to be told. It was like, oh, hey, Mike, how you doing? And they had to be reminded that it comes off as rude and narcissistic and just toxic to start writing comments and I click the button, the like button. Was there only enough money for half the hairstyle? There was only enough battery for half a hairstyle. So the Teamer knife was better than the Teamer trimmer. Both are cutting instruments. One is an instrument of grooming, the other instrument of war. It's an instrument of death. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. If he turn out, he'll whet his sword. He hath bent his bow, made it ready. That's from Psalm somewhere. So, anyway. Here's the point. Yeah, so it's a Teamer trimmer. And I'm not trying to buy into this propaganda, which is also another thing I can tell people who are brainwashed. It's like, if it's not American made, it's low color. And in Sweden too, it's like the marketing is word, like made in Sweden or made in America. And it's like a propaganda thing. It's like rumors. It's like, yeah, if it's made in China, it's shit or something like this. I've ordered from Team Wish for years until recently when they put some kind of tariffs on it. It makes it not financially viable for me to order from there anymore. Not a big of a difference. Order from China versus order from Sweden. But up until then, I was ordering every month from Team. Like everything from, it's like necessities. Like sunglasses, that is like a consumable for me. Okay, this like happens so often. I fall asleep with them or wake up and they broke me somehow, or drop them on the floor or something. Earplugs, okay, it's like earplugs too. It's like they're multi-use, but eventually it's like you should buy new ones. So what's the point? So I'm not trying to make it sound like if your team products are shit, okay? It's more about who's ordering. Because can you find bad products on Amazon? Yeah, if you don't have good discernment. Intuition, discernment, whatever. But it's not that every product there is low quality. So, out of maybe 100 products I bought on Temu, some people say Temu, okay? Out of maybe 100 things, so it's like look at all the orders, things I've ordered, like individual items. It's like one order, maybe there were 17 items in the order, okay, the whole cart shipment, and it's like a 5-pack of pencils, it's something like the other. Maybe it's 1 out of 100 times that I've ordered something on Temu, and it's kind of disappointed. It's like it arrives and like end user experience, it's like, oh yeah, I felt like this was low quality or felt a little bit scammed or something like this. Maybe 1 out of 100 things. Like I buy sunglasses, for example. Maybe 1 out of 100 times I bought sunglasses, 1 out of 10. It's been like, well, these were not as what I was expecting. But it's like overall experience. I don't feel like Team is a scam website. Made a lot of good deals there. Now, I did buy a trimmer here. And the trimmer malfunctions. I had an Amazon barber boss, it was called, for around $20. Amazon trimmer, that was real high quality. And eventually it broke, maybe after 6 months. And that could be used error too. It's like I'm rinsing it under water, and water can get in there. If you read it bad, it might be like don't use in a humid environment or something like this. Okay, so that's the point. Eventually I ordered a Temu hair trimmer, and it doesn't do a full haircut. So I reckon it could be, after bringing it to full charge, like 100%, it can do the job of cutting my hair from like 90 to 100%. But once it drops up beneath 90%, it starts getting weak and it gets caught and okay. So it becomes like a segment, which like a third of a haircut today, and possibly the second third tomorrow, and then now. I'm not insecure. If I was insecure, like people making fun of my looks, it's not allowed to make fun of the contrast to the baseline. Obviously, I don't have insecurities. I don't like self-awareness. When I see myself in the camera, I can see what I look like. A lot of times I wear sunglasses, then I can tell it makes me look worse, like less handsome, and sometimes like bordering on weird. I just don't care. I just don't give a crap. So. That I think is cute what people come in sometimes and be like, what put the hair, and they expecting me to be like a mere mortal, like they are. Like he's like vulnerable to like being self-conscious, insecure, and like my self-esteem in real time being downregulated because people are saying something about my hair and something like this. Okay, no. I don't care if you like my haircut or not. Don't forget to click the like button. Everybody's gonna get blocked. Somebody wrote 2 things that won't ever grow old: Charlie Kirk jokes and Charlie Kirk. Well, here's a talk on that. That's another thing I've seen people make a big deal of, like Christians. He's a martyr. I've never seen him preach the gospel publicly. See, with that huge platform, like he's a Christian, okay? I've never seen him a clip in a YouTube short or a video or a podcast where we talk about him and they're playing clips and talking of him giving the gospel. Okay? And I haven't seen any indication that he was a person even knew the way of salvation, which means I'm not really just, oh, he called himself a Christian, I called him as a brother in Christ, a saved man. In the absence of strong indications that he was a Christian, I don't assume that he was. No statistics that 99% of so-called Christians are not real. Meaning 99 of 100 so-called Christians are not saved. They're lost. And now, obviously, I don't support his murder, but what I'm saying is I've seen him be lauded as some kind of martyr, it's like a champion of the faith of Christianity. I've never seen him preach to Christianity before, which is like the gospel. See how long it takes until we get the Your Own Drugs haircut. Your Own Drugs, we got the haircut. Okay, haircut comments. We'll see how long it takes until the Your Own Drugs comments. And the unoriginal You're in Prison, which is another common troll comment. It's like there's nothing in my environment indicating that I'm in prison, and anything visible in the environment indicates that I'm not. Yet I have people writing comments like, "How long have you been in prison? How did you get a phone into prison?" It's like it's not even fun or original. Yeah, everybody's getting blocked. I'm assuming that anybody left a comment didn't hit the like button. So y'all getting blocked. I had my fun with you. And you're getting blocked because I only have one like on the stream. 58 minutes into it. And there was nobody writing, I left a like or like thumbs up. Which indicates that they were person left a like. So they're all getting blocked. Hide user. Someone wrote Robocop. I'm not Robocop. I'm not a robot, nor am I a cop. Okay. I did watch the new, was it Judge Dredd movie, which is similar to Robocop. And it was a good movie. Block. Was there enough money for half the hairstyle? I look better than you with the most ridiculous haircut ever. You can't look as good as I do with going to a beauty salon and getting all pampered up, and like I'm effortlessly more attractive than you. And I just don't give a fuck. So unlike the average person, I don't operate from insecurities. Where it's like what do people think about me? I'm not hyper focused on how people perceive me. Okay, so we're different, and you're not triggering state insecurity or like self-consciousness or downregulating my self-esteem. You don't have the power of me. You don't have the power to write comments that alter my emotional state reliably. You don't have the power like that. You don't have my number to be like, I can write comments that change Mike's mood reliably. I can make him feel insecure with my comments, or I can make him feel self-conscious, or I can make him feel bad about himself by my comments. You don't have that power. So it's a lot. It's I'm in control. Understand? Meaning, if I decide to go live when I'm in a certain mood, pretty much anything in the chat might trigger me. Okay. but I still have control if I had the chat open or not. See? And I still have this, and even if I do see comments, it's not like I don't have the power to not be. So it's like basically, people can piss me off, which is not a sign of mental health problems. It's a sign of strength, meaning the founding fathers were real pissed about being abused. See, it's not like, oh, if you get me mad, that means you're winning, and there's something wrong with me. If you're being targeted with persecution and people are targeting you, outrageous behavior should outrage you to some extent, intermittently at least. And if you're a person who's targeted with toxicity and abuse, and you just feel fine with it, you just feel fine, there's something wrong with you. And that's part of how people at the low scale, run-of-the-mill, God-righted narcissistic abuse, a lot of times that's the problem, where it becomes normalized, and they're not emotionally really activated. Do you understand? So I teach a little bit about that. So gangstalking, which I'm titled with, is understandable to a large extent from a framework of narcissistic abuse. There's smear campaigns, recruiting flying monkeys to target you with so-called narcissistic dogwist abuse tactics, covert abuse basically. There's psychological warfare, covert abuse, and what are some of the covert abuse tactics that flow through the flying monkeys? Gaslighting, projection, and then things like this. Now, God-righted narcissism is like, more commonly, a woman is in a relationship with a narcissist. And the problem is that they're not outraged. They're not like, oh, I'm super sensitive to being abused. Like, you're abusing me, and it's like, screw you, okay. And I'm mad. Whereas like the problem is people stay in situations like that. A lot of times is they don't feel upset enough. They don't feel angry enough. They're not sensitive enough to being abused. Okay. So there's certain situations where it's better to be non-reactive emotionally. Okay. Because if I'm in the supermarket and the flying monkey's there, and there are flying monkeys there, comma. A lot of times what narcissists and psychopaths are doing is working to trigger and provoke an immediate reaction. Meaning, this applies to psychology, marketing psychology, where a lot of times marketing works to make you to have an immediate emotional decision. Say, where it's like limited time offer, act right now, TV shop, but call now. If you call the next, like last time offer, say, limited time offer, call this hour, TV shop, and we're throwing the extra knife in the knife set, okay? And it's like some kind of stress that they're adding. See, they work to get you stressed, the fear of losing out, kind of. It's like this deal. It's like I'm in a hurry. I gotta hurry to buy this. So I'm missing out. See, it's like I could get this extra thing now and miss out. I really understand. And try to get this stressed and like emotional and like act right now. See, and what are they doing? They work to manipulate your behavior. Psychology is like studying human behavior, and marketing is applied psychology knowledge. Studying human behavior, using the knowledge you derive to control human behavior. And what you're looking to do is control human behavior to get them to buy your product. See? So it's like we know that people, they understand, it's like if humans are limited time offer and it makes the kind of stress and stuff, they're more likely to make an impulse purchase. So it's like we know these facts about psychology, apply it to marketing, and marketing is applied psychology knowledge. So where was I going with this? So here's the point. A lot of times, if I'm in the supermarket or out in public, what they're doing is they're trying to provoke me and trigger a response. They're working to stress me out and they're working to provoke me on the sly. And you, if you don't do it all. Which means a lot of times the simple is the opposite of what the enemy is. Okay. It's like in a war, you rarely win by doing what the enemy wants you to do. So it's kind of simple. It's like Napoleon wants to take the bridge. Keep him from taking the bridge. See? I can see that Napoleon is trying to take the bridge or get the cavalry around this little hill See, like dead ground to get around the hill, and then it's going to attack the left flank. Move up this unit to stop him before he can get there, like form a line against where he's going, stuff like this. So it's kind of simple. So if you can, awareness is key. If you have knowledge, awareness takes a long way. Awareness is key. Just knowing what the enemy is going for is like half the battle. See, and just like automatically, a big part of human behavior is automatic, you could say. With like just having knowledge, not like you have to like remember to act on it. Things get in the subconscious mind. And once you can have a moment of clarity, now I understand something. Like a Tia watch this video, and if I make a good point, that next time in the supermarket, without thinking about it, I remember what Mike said, let's apply it, there's a chance that they might just automatically end up operating a different way because they heard they want you to freak out in the supermarket. And just the subconscious mind, they might be less likely to have impulses to freak out in the supermarket. Because the subconscious mind absorbs it's like, that's what the enemy wants me to do, and that leads to failure. Do you understand? So a big part, the subconscious mind is and Jung was really into that, the subconscious mind. Jung was more mystical than Freud. Jung was more mystical than Freud, like symbols of the unconscious, things like this. And he was more mystical, like esoteric. You don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. I'm a Christian, but there's like some things in look at what Jung has talked about that makes sense. I can understand it. Like for example, whatever, here's the point. Yeah, so the subconscious mind is key, and awareness is key. So it's like this: reading the Bible. Do you have to? Like, I'm gonna do a thorough, exhaustive Bible study to the point of exhaustion, and like every verse, I'm gonna read a chapter, and that's why I hold to a chapter a day be minimum discipline. I read at least a chapter, not less per day of the Bible. Period. And a lot of times I get that done at the start of the day. A lot of times. It's like start of the day, let's get the one chapter done. So in case I get carried away with other stuff and it ends up like, I'm less likely to end up forgetting about it or getting to a point or whatever. So just like get it done quickly. And then it can be anything over that is a bonus. So that's the point. Reading a chapter, sometimes I just like blank mind, just like read it, okay, without stopping and meditating and pondering, asking myself questions and turning things over my mind. It's just let's go Ephesians 1 today, and I go Ephesians 1, I just read it top to bottom. And other times I read a chapter and I can go stop at a certain verse and maybe read the verse several times. A lot of times it'll be so for the constant mind as I'm doing that. Sometimes you could be asking questions. It's like, who is this to? What is God trying to get across here? Sometimes it could be like, oh, this scripture is a scripture. The Holy Spirit teaches me complete spiritual things spiritual. A lot of times my reading experience, like I read a verse, and it brings to mind another verse. As I'm reading a verse, it triggers the remembrance of another verse somewhere else in the Bible. And it becomes like in the internal, like a commentary book, where it's like cross-references. That's my experience with the Bible, like cross-references. I read a verse and it's like, oh, there's another verse on this topic, another verse that pops into my head as I'm doing it. And that's one of the benefits of reading the Bible a lot, that you start having like that experience. Then that's the point. The subconscious mind is like we don't have to get too deep into that, the subconscious mind. But we could. Maybe you'd like to go on a deep dive into the subconscious mind and really ask yourself, why are you doing the things that you're doing? Despite the things that you're doing repetitively, leading to failure or something like this, consistent, whatever. It's just more like acting that I teach at this point. It's like act like a guy who's trying to hypnotize you. Okay. It's like, well, on the slide. See, that's the thing. Acting like a guy who's trying to hypnotize you on the slide. Okay. It's like secretly trying to hypnotize you. So maybe you'd like to also for this. There's like this NLP. Why is the point? And there's some baby that passed one. Anyway, here's the point. Here's another thing, conspiracy. NLP. So there's psychology, okay? And then there's neuro-linguistic programming, NLP.
What you can say is like a subcategory of psychology. You hear people call like a pseudoscience, something like this. But there's some truth to that. So the TV, okay, the TV, that at some point in time, society, everybody has a TV set at home. And from my research, the TV induces a trance-like state, which is the same as saying induces state suggestibility, like it upregulates suggestibility. And a hypnotist, stage hypnotist will tell you, some people are hard to hypnotize. And it depends on their degree of suggestibility. And there can be like factory day-to-day baseline suggestibility differences from person to person. With like some people are more suggestible. Like for example, a human who's like 8 years old is more suggestible than a human who's 42 or ought to be. Where they understand, hey, come with me or something like this. I say, and we like, if an adult tells me come with them, versus like a person who's an adult drinking coffee as Australia comes, you gotta come with me. You go more likely to be like, not be like, feel like do you understand? So the children are more suggestible, and things like this. So on the topic of psychology, let's teach you that a little bit. Something that's important, like hypnotism. Some people are harder to hypnotize than others. And what makes the difference is how suggestible they are. So it's like baseline suggestibility. Some people are more suggestible than others, like day-to-day walk around. And then there's things you can do to induce a higher state of suggestibility. Anything from psychoactive substances, and the CIA has done research on this, to other things. There's like altered states, and there's different things that can induce altered states. Okay, there will be people getting drunk, that's an altered state. People doing certain drugs like LSD, that's an altered state. I don't recommend drug use, alcohol use. Now you can also have sleep deprivation, dehydration, neuroinflammation, and there's many different things that induce an altered state in human. Severe vitamin deficiencies, and it's an altered state. So there's different ways to skin a cat. There's different things that lead to an altered state. Sleep deprivation, dehydration, certain auditory visual stimuli, and then these can be combined too. So there's things that you can do to raise the suggestibility level, which is part of, it's like this cultural history that have like rituals that if you analyze them, it's like, oh yeah, they would use an altered state. Where it's like sweat lodgers, okay? Where it's like they're sitting and they're getting severely dehydrated, which is like exhaustion fatigue, which changes your mind. They could be like rhythmic dancers and auditory stimuli. Wow, do you understand? It's like dancing and things like this. There could be different ways to skin a cat to induce like an altered state. It can be ingesting psychedelic substances like ayahuasca or DMT. I think ayahuasca might have DMT, whatever is the point. And I'm not promoting drug use, okay? And I should be able to talk about this because I hear guests and Rogan's podcast talk about this. And that's where I get a lot of like anecdotal, which like I've heard a lot of people talk about how they did ayahuasca at Rogan podcast guests, and they talked about what it did to them. So first they were seeing snakes flying in the sky and stuff like this. Okay. So anyways, the point. Yeah, so hypnosis, subcategory, subfield, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Nice point. NLP or not, like regular old school hypnotist, stage hypnotist. And just people that have a business to hypnotize people, help them quit smoking or overcome the fear of frogs or something like this. Okay. Whatever the thing is. They will tell you that some people are hard to hypnotize than others. And what that boils down to is suggestibility level. So some people are less suggestible, and it'll be like the mass loads, like the 80% are easily like just fall into, do you understand? It's like the mainstream, where it's like, I didn't get the COVID jab. Okay. Was it 80% of humanity in the West that did get the COVID jab? I'm not saying it's bad to get the COVID jab, but I'll talk about it's like the psychology. Well, there was a drive, a push by the system, and like you turn on the news, everybody's telling you got to get the jab. You got to get the jab. Authority, stay home, social isolate, vaccinate, okay? Okay. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's like, it could be whatever. It'd be like, the government has been for years saying, vote, you got to vote. I don't vote. I have been voting. I'm 36. I didn't vote since 2018. And that's another thing was like that you're living in a system that's constant. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. If you're not voting, you're doing something bad. You gotta vote. And I didn't. And there's other people that's like, if the group, the crowd, most people tell you gotta do this, and it's what most people are doing. And authority figures tell you gotta do it. Okay. Most people like to fall into it and go along with it. Me, I didn't. And I'm not saying it's bad to get vaccinated. I'm just saying that it was a push to get people to get vaccines, and I didn't. So anyway, that's the point. Suggestibility. Some people are more suggestible than others. And the things that can make a person more suggestible. It's things that can make a person more suggestible. Or less. Like, for example, if you go to a hypnotist, what are they doing? I'm not an expert in book reading or experience, far from it. I didn't go to hypnotist. I like book is good, but I know enough. That's the point. They try to get you to relax first of all. Okay, they don't give you like a triple espresso and tell you you're in danger right now. Okay, see, that's like to get you malleable and impressionable and be able to put seeds in your mind and get you to like kind of absorb things and go along with the process. It's like the opposite. Try to get you to relax and create an environment, setting where you feel safe and relaxed. And there needs to be a degree of trust, I would say. That's conducive to having successful hypnosis happen. There's like you feel like the guy's not gonna hypnotize you and like steal your keys and your wallet when you're hypnotized like this. Okay, which is not really how it works. But it's not like it's like a tranquilizer. It's like you go out and it's like you wake up 6 months from now, like you've been in a coma. Be like, what happened? It's like, oh, well, you went to the guy got hypnotized. Okay, so it's like, no. But that's the point. So yeah, here's the point. I do believe there's a conspiracy between the TV machine. So they got the TV, and from my research, it's like I Googled it at least once, and I Googled it again later on. So I searched it and I researched it, searched it again. So I Googled like TV mind control one time, maybe another time. And it's like I made several Google searches on this topic and read like the top of an article here and there. So I've been researching this for years, okay? So it's okay, I'm more or less an expert. So here's the point. I'm being facetious, self-deprecating humor, but maintaining an assertive way. So here's the point. Here's the point. So here's the point. So TV machines induce a trance-like state. It makes it more suggestible. Then they have news anchors. They are speaking tonight's programming. It's like it's right in your face. I've been talking about this for years. Okay, it's like I learn, and it is an IQ. I don't care if it makes you feel bad that you can sense I'm smarter than you, and you're intellectually inferior if you listen to me talk. That's not my problem. I don't have that problem. Get a shrink. Okay, your ego is too big. You need a shrink. Okay. But I understand that I'm in the 98th percentile. I mean, I'm smarter than 90% of people. I have a higher IQ than 90% of people. I have a powerful brain. Common equivalent with a powerful brain is good pattern recognition and recall ability, which is like the boots on the ground, nuts and bolts. Why you see me do videos, be able to figure things out and teach it to you. Decode whole movies and teach on this off the top of my head. I have to prepare 2 weeks to deal with a topic. Because I go live, end up teaching, doing a decent, acceptable job teaching on something, and I don't have to prepare. And that's how I come to knowledge, understand. It's just I remember things that I've heard before, and then things like this. So basically, I don't have as weak of a brain as the average person. It's like meaning I have above 130 IQ, and the average American IQ is somewhere around 100 or something like this. So the difference between my IQ level and the average American is like the difference between a 12-year-old boy and a 40-year-old man, his father. Pretty much. There's the same difference in the IQ level between me and the average Swede. It's like the same difference as a 12-year-old and his 40-year-old father in terms of IQ level, IQ points, and consequential knowledge, competence, skills, knowledge about the world, cross-vehicle. It's like the difference in understanding and knowledge and just IQ points. It is the same difference. And people act like children. When Mike says here teaching things, bless you with the output of a genius mind. Understand? The only way you can receive the output of a genius mind is to have a genius mind having person share with you. Do you understand? You can't have the experience looking at life and thinking about topics the output of a guy who's got a 98% IQ, who's a little genius, who's smarter than 98% of people. You can't have the same experience thinking about things, looking at the world, and the same thoughts and insights as that person, having a non-genius brain, understand? If Einstein didn't think about things, it's going to be different than if an MR guy is thinking about things. So the only way you can receive the output, like the end user effect or close to it of a genius brain, is have a genius brain having man share the output with you. Okay? And people pay money if a guy has certified Mensa member, he's got IQ, it's this, 136 or something like this. To be like, pick the brain of a genius for 15 minutes, $5 or something like this. There's some people pay $5 to sit down, kind of like public chess or something like this, and ask questions, pick the brain of a genius. And how am I acting? When I'm teaching here and sharing the output of a mind that's not dumb and interesting, valuable stuff, you act like a little kid, the average person. Who's like a non-class clown to show up, do your butt smell? Did you run out of... It's like I'm here teaching stuff, and people show up like, what's with the glasses? Interrupting, and be like class clowns. See? There's a teacher teaching things, and then people show up act like little kids. Just, okay, how long have you been in prison? It's like the temp shows up. How long have you been in prison? Okay. And it's like two boys, and it goes like, look at his hair. Okay. And they're just interfering. So it's like, if you feel like I look at you like little children, it's because that is the truth. And that's how I operate typically. It's like feeling the truth. Okay. And not really hiding how I'm reacting to it. Unless I want to. Which would be weird. More or less. Here's another thing insight. Mike's had body language analysis. Here's something that I've had an awareness of body language. That there's a thing where if you, like this, that little thing that was an organic body language one. This, if I go like, I might go live later on and play the ukulele. And then it's like, that's like, then I feel like that's a dumb idea. Now notice your brain is water. So that body language, like you're rejecting, that shows up when people like have a thought or a feeling of something like this. And it's like, they're like, no, okay. Your brain has water in it. Your brain is what stores information. And it's in the brain there's like a lot of water in there that ideas form. And then a way there's like, you have an idea, a thought. It's like, no. You tilt your head as if you try to pour water out of you. See, you're rejecting something. It's like a flow, a thought. This might sound body language analysis. I've realized this, an insight I've had. Where it's like, that happens sometimes. Meaning I catch myself, it's like I'm live streaming, and I'm saying something, and right after saying it, it's like, no. It's like, I reject what I just said. Or I made a joke that I'm not happy with. Or I have like an idea or a thought. And then it's like, maybe I should do this. Like, no. See, and it's like, this is body language. Where it's like you're rejecting something that's in here. An idea, a thought, a visual, and like you're rejecting, that shows up. Where it's like you tilt your head. Which is like if you pour out water then, after you showered, and you do this to kind of pour out the water. Which is like you have something in the water organ, like the brain here, and you're kind of spilling it out. It's like I'm rejecting this out of my brain, see. This idea that formed in the brain, I'm rejecting it, see. I'm pouring that water out. That's my decode on that. And beware, there's like also like a scam in this, where there's not a con artist in the like a body language analysis, where they act like they're wizard. It's like they're making videos, or like Macron shaking hands with Trump. And it's like, yeah, Trump shows signs of deception because he moved his, he drummed his pinky on the chair, armrest 3 times. And then most likely he's thinking about a negative experience he had as a child or something like this. And it's like making money out of molehill stuff. And it's like the more of like a vague area it is, the more there is room for con artists to con you. Understand? And be like body language analysis YouTube channel, that's what the folks are on. And I could teach the truth on body language analysis too. And it's like basically, here's another thing that annoys me. And it's personal too because I'm autistic. So autistic people are more likely statistically to be honest people about baseline, meaning more truthful and honest than the average person. Okay, and I'll tell them that too. And so autistic people statistically are more likely to be truth speakers, meaning lie less than the average person that's non-autistic. That's what I hold to. And autistic people are also see these two things at the same time. Autistic people are more likely to be truthful, like less deceitful, lie less than neurotypicals. And they're also more likely to be perceived as being deceitful and dishonest and lying more frequently. And I've analyzed that too. And it's like I've looked at autistic groups, like why I know that I tell the truth. Why do people treat me like I'm lying all the time? I say something that I know is the truth, and then people, I can tell that they think that I'm lying or something like this. And I've analyzed this. So experience and research and anecdotal and stuff. And basically it's this. Common correlated with autism is social anxiety. Okay? So basically, being nervous and anxious when talking to people sends body language cues of deception. Same thing, like if you study like criminal psychology, like the FBI, like studying if somebody's lying or something like this. Basically, like a lot of body language people talk about deception. That's basically just shows stress in the person, anxiousness, nervousness. See? So it's like when being asked a question, if there's like an increase in stress, that doesn't necessarily prove guilt. Do you understand? So it's like, explain it to you. If I'm autistic and I'm generally socially nervous and anxious, like basically I'm talking to people, I'm kind of anxious. And I show up in school and sit down at some table with some other teenagers. And they say, guys, what do you have for breakfast today? People, I heard, you know what I have for breakfast? I had Captain Crunch. And they said, what do you have for breakfast, Mike? And that's it. The truth was I had a banana and an apple. And I go, I had, okay, I had banana and an apple, or something like this. Or like, what do you have for breakfast? I had banana and an apple. Say, kind of like that. It looks that for a neurotypical to be that nervous for answering a question, it had to be lying. Say, for a neurotypical to be as nervous and stressed when answering that question, they had to be lying. Do you understand? So which is why autistic people get misjudged, because it's that simple. Meaning, if people answer a question and they're nervous, you come off as deceptive. Okay, do you understand? So it's like that. It's not a precise science. Meaning, an autistic person who's generally anxious, and it's like shows up, and the people ask what they have for breakfast, and other people go, I had this, and then the person goes, what do you have for breakfast? They go, I had a banana and an apple. See, that looks like the same thing where the cops ask a guy who is guilty of murdering his wife. He's like, what did you do the morning when your wife went missing? Like, I was watching the TV, or I was watching TV, okay, something like this. See, that look kind of guilty. Now, getting nervous at the question doesn't prove your guilt, okay? It just proves that the question made you more anxious and stressed. So you can have stress by being self-conscious, and like my answer might make them falsely perceive me guilty even though I know I'm not. And now there's extra stress about answering that question, and I'm getting something wrong. There can be stress about getting something wrong, or saying something that makes you appear guilty even though you know you're not, and will create trouble for you legally, something like this. Or, do you understand? So basically that's why a lot of autistic people get misjudged as deceptive even though you're speaking the truth, because you're socially anxious. So if you're like, get asked a question, answer truthfully, and you show signs of nervousness, it's like for a neurotypical to be this nervous, answer a question had to be lying, pretty much, simply that. Versus an autistic person, just the attention turning to you, this public speaker sort of level, and you needing to produce an answer to something that can make you nervous, and then people see you nervous as you're saying something, and that registers as deception. A lot of people. So there's no like body language cue that proves a person is lying. See, it's like all the like cues that you will talk about is like a sound deception, are really signs of stress and like anxiousness and nervousness. See. So anyway, that's the point. We will keep teaching on psychology in different ways. Okay. So NLP, which is you could call it subcategory like psychology and hypnosis. Where it's like NLP, it's like programming people's minds. See, skunk filth like Richard Grant has been big on that. Beware of him. Beware of dogs, comma, Richard Grant, comma, the heathen, comma, the circumcision, comma. Any more bewares? Some housekeeping now. We're up there in the list of bewares. Okay. But I saw a Rewards report. Okay. First I saw a video about a psychology guy. A guy talked about how people are more likely to donate to ministries. People are like billionaires who donate to ministries. And that means charities. It's like they want to have it low overhead and more likely to give money if there's low overhead. They don't want to be like most of the money goes to the CEO. Like they give you money, they want to help poor people to be able to eat. And they want to be like 80% goes to the CEO and 20% to the poor people. So it's like the 80% of donation goes to like housekeeping, whatever, overhead, and the CEO and things like this. And like 20% go to the poor to buy food for them, stuff like this. They want as close to 100% of the money going to the help piece, so that people look at eat. And then later on, I saw a Reuters report about Warner Brothers, a billionaire. He's a billionaire. I thought maybe I should start sending letters to these people and let them know that if you look at the donate, one of these billionaires that looking to donate to people, it's like there's no overhead, understand? It's like people send money to me. There's nobody I'm paying a salary to, understand? Okay? See? It's like it all goes to me. So if somebody says, oh, yeah, I want to donate to a guy in need, and the Lord knows I need money, understand? Dude, I want money. They say the best things in life are free, but love won't pay my bills for me. I want money. That's what I want. Okay, I want money. Okay, yeah. So that if people are like looking to part ways with their money, it's a perfect deal, win-win. I want to get money. If there's people that want to give it away, there's like a match made in heaven. I'm a guy looking to get money. If there's other people like looking to give it, I got a money here that I'm looking to give away. I'm a guy who's like, I'm looking to get money, understand? And I'm open for donations. And they say, oh, maybe I should say like if they have like Warner Brothers here, it's got like a public email you can contact them. I won't be like a weirdo, just try to like start harassing Instagram so you can get a phone call. But if they have something like, okay, maybe I should start like sending emails to billionaires, and Bill Gates and Warner Brothers is like a billionaire, whatever it is. Jeff Bezos, okay, and be like, hey, if you're looking to donate, I'm open for donations, okay, I'm open for business. It's the perfect business model, okay. It's like a sales pitch, like Dragon stuff. Here's the business model. Perfect, understand? It's a charity. It's 100% of the money invested in the company stays in the company, understand? So they understand. It's like an inverted funnel. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's an inverted funnel, where it's like I'm here, okay, and then any money going into it ends up trickling down to me. Understand? So it's not a pyramid scheme. It's an inverted funnel. Understand? It's an inverted pyramid. It's an inverted triangle, but that's open. Like a funnel. So it's like there's no like lead. It's like you donate to Mike SAHA. It's not like, oh, well, somewhere it goes to a guy Mike SAHA hires to, I don't know, give him foot massage or something like this. So it's like everything goes to Mike SAHA. And then what Mike SAHA does with the money is up to Mike SAHA to decide. But it's like, they understand. It's like there's no leaks, okay? It's like everything goes to me. Now, if I go and give the money to somebody else, or whatever I do, but it still it goes to me. El numero uno. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. It's like that's my business model. People send me money. I get the money. and the more you give, the more I get. It's the simple model. It's no overhead. Understand? It's not like, well, I'm donating as a charity. I'm looking to give money to a guy in need, a human being in need. Okay. Here's a guy, Mike said, he's in need of money. You can do more money. Definitely. And it's not like one of these charities where it's like the guy who's in need of the money, he gets like 20%, and then the rest goes to the CEO or something like this. And some guy who, I don't know, like does like the floor tiles and stuff like this that they have in the ceiling for some reason. For some reason it does that. So okay. Yeah. It's like, what did they do here? Oh, they paid like a Mexican lady to dust the floor tiles in the ceiling for $75 an hour or something like this in the charity. For like the public meeting room or something like this. Okay. That's the point. Now, I'm being facetious. Now, possibly I could be more forceful and write like demands letters where it's like it's more aggressive, understand? It's not like, hey, I'm open for donuts if somebody wants to give it to me. I heard you're a millionaire. If you feel like giving money to a guy who likes to get money, I'm all ears. Understand? Okay. So yeah, it could be like, yeah, okay. Warner Brothers. I've decoded the Matrix movie. I've decoded all kinds of movies. I had to look at the catalog, Warner Brothers, and maybe there'll be 3 of them that I've decoded. And if I get to look at them, I'll probably decode more of them. So I feel like I should get like some kind of royalty or something. When Samson, they put forth the riddle and he expounded it. He got like sheets, he's got clothes, garments, and okay. I decoded Quentin Tarantino's movie. And it was within 3 days I expounded his riddle. Quentin Tarantino, The Hateful Eight, where there's a hidden plain view reference to the crucifixion. And I decoded it, I've broken it down. And I might do that again. But basically, there's a scene where I found a hidden plain view truth in that movie. And within 3 days, it was one of these things where it's like it becomes a movie that I watch on regular because it's a favorite movie. I'm not kind of full, man. And maybe it's like the 24th time that it's like clicks, eureka, it's like this hidden truth in there. It's like the first time watching it. I found it. And he said, what do you want, a medal? Yeah, I want a medal. What do you want, a medal? Yeah, I want a medal. Okay, I'd like a medal. Okay, I like a big one. That's about this thick. Credit Suisse, 99.99 gold. Stamped, but we figure out the details. Understand? We talk to the guy engravers, people that are good at this type of stuff. A lot of them have an awful mind at time. So there's a point. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, metal wouldn't hurt. Okay, it's like it wouldn't hurt. A metal wouldn't hurt. Like a 500 gram, 99.99 gold. Okay, like half a kilo of gold. And then something else to increase the value more, where there's some artwork, where there's a guy who's engraving it and stuff. So you can start up in 600 grams of gold, but with the engraving, you remove material to create like designs, some kind of intricate design. Yeah, it's like I don't know if you can see the doll size in my eyes, but it's like I can feel it. I can feel it. I would enjoy wearing that. Understand? I wouldn't be wearing it. I'm being facetious. This is not funny anymore. But I had a good time for a while to talk like that. Here's a point. Yeah, it's like you don't have to be a rich billionaire. Every dollar counts. Understand? People are looking to send donations. My wife has a PayPal. Okay, I can't take donations directly. I can't. But my wife has a PayPal, and she can receive donations. Now here's the thing. People can feel free to send donations, and there's no strings attached. I mean, if you send a $5 donation, don't come back and leave a comment. Mike, send a $5 donation, make a video doing somersaults or something like this, okay? There's nothing promised, okay? There's nothing, if you send a donation, I'll do this or that for you. I know there's some streamers like Vegan Gains, okay? He's got like a live donation thing on, where he's got like a repertoire, like a menu, where it's like singing, okay, push-ups, and it's like $5 for a push-up, understand? And things like this. So, whatever, we're getting into the psychology, we'll be finishing up there. Where's my coffee? Here's another thing. Limited time offer. Donate now. And I'll smoke another cigarette within 3 hours. Okay? So if somebody sends a donation within 3 hours, I'll smoke another cigarette within 3 hours. Now here's the thing too. If I'm going to be pushed for donations, it's like an experience, understand? It's not a product, it's an experience. Do you understand? Let's say I was taking donations directly, and a person sends a donation, and it's like $50. And then it's like, I go live, and I'm an IRL streamer. I'll buy cigars today. So normally see me smoking this run-of-the-mill breadcrumb tobacco, like El Cheapo. I got a donation recently, so I have some extra money. So I bought a 5-pack of cigars. And it's like, I'm smoking the cigars, which means that there's like, the person is watching a person smoking the cigars that they paid for, understand? It's like it'd be like, I understand, if you would buy a pair of sunglasses autographed and give to Mike Tyson, and then you see him in the press conference wearing the sunglasses that you signed, understand? It'd be kind of that, like an experience. Or it's like if you would give a baseball hat to Mike Tyson, or somebody, and he wears it in a live stream, in a podcast, that'd be like an experience, understand? So there is a chance that people send donations that will you be able to see me wearing or eating or drinking something that I bought from the donor money indirectly. So here's the beauty of it. It's not structured or anything. That's a joke. But here's the beauty. I can't take donations directly, but I do send donations to my wife now and then. Okay? It's like I tell my wife, hey, here's another supplement you need to start taking. NAC, okay? And it's like, maybe I can buy it next month. Okay, she's like me. She's like, month to month, it is like, she's not rich. A lot of times I tell you, you gotta stop taking NAC. Okay, I wanted to add that to the supplement. And then sometimes she goes, well, maybe next week I can buy it. Okay, right now I don't have a lot of money. Okay, I might, okay. And I go, okay, I'll send you money or half the pay. I pay 50% and you pay 50%. Or sometimes I send enough money, I go to a Thai website, look at NAC, I pick it one for her, Western Union, like $7, and here's the link to order it. And then when honey came, she shows it to me. So there happens now and then that I've sent some money to my wife, okay, for her to poop on, for her to buy something that I told her to buy. Do you understand? It's like, you need to buy NAC. Okay, I don't feel comfortable not taking NAC every day. You need to start taking NAC. And then she started kind of maxed out. And she's like, I start saving up for this. I don't know, okay, I'll send you $7, you order it today. Okay, kind of stuff. Now, since it happens now then, that I send a donation to my wife. If I get donations to her PayPal, let's say it's $8. That's $8 that I don't have to send to her, okay? Which means end user effect is I have more money to spend on things every month. Do you understand? So, and I'm not intending to stop like now and then send a donation to my wife. I mean, I don't know what, I might have to come down with cancer sometime to really start doing donations for. Okay. Got the cancer again. It's like it's coming back as we speak. Okay, Mike's dying of cancer in real time right now. I can feel the cancer going as we speak. I went to the doctor yesterday. I asked the doctor how long I got left. I go to the doctor. I got a pain in my right knee, and the doctor goes, "Oh shit." We gotta get you the X-ray machine. And I go, and it goes, takes a picture, and it comes back, and it's like, I'm waiting in the patient, like the waiting room, and after 90 minutes, they have like a dark room, and it comes back, but it still looks like this. And it goes, I tell you to sit down, or ask if you were, unless I could see you sitting down here right now. You got the cancer. Okay. You got the cancer, bro. Okay. RIP. Okay. RIP. Okay. You got it. Okay. It's like the results are back. You're the father. The results are back. RIP. I would say you'd be dead of the cancer within 9 months. Psych. Okay. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. You're like, yeah, that's not the get. Bitch. You know what it is? He goes, yeah. That's what you get. So yeah, got the cancer. I'd be like, thank God for the blessing of it. I know that's right, that's how we got. That's the point. And I asked him, okay, so doc, what must I do to survive the cancer? He goes, you gotta get donations from YouTube channel. It's the only way. It's like you gotta get donations. Get a lot of donations. And I really believe that can make a difference. Just like the antidepressant effect, the positive mood boost of getting donations in the regular. I mean, that can help you like just mentally to survive the cancer. And I go, yeah, you know what, it's not a bad idea. I make sure to tell my viewers that you're alive that he said that. Okay. It's like, yeah, I'm being facetious. That's a joke, okay? So, here's the point. Sometimes you gotta write a bad script to write a good one. Sometimes you gotta write a bad gospel track to write a good one. Sometimes you gotta make a bad joke to make a good one. I'll be checking the chat. I won't be surprised if I come back and see this. After minutes. Idiot. Intellectually deficient. Irating. Or irritated. Retarded. Where they all come from. Idiot. Intellectually deficient. Defunct. Intellectually deficient. Intellectually deficient. Irritating. Something. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep teaching NLP a little bit later. The main point is talk about how I believe that the TVs are used to control people. It's a mind control device. It's like the government was able to get a Trojan horse hypnotist into every person's living room that is standing in the corner every day working to hypnotize you. So, from my research, watching the TV induces a trance-like state in the viewer. It makes you more suggestible. And what they're showing you, so like the TV makes you more suggestible, if that's true. Induce a trance-like state where you're more suggestible. Now, if that's true, that within 15 minutes of starting to watch TV, the average person is now in a highly suggestible state. Now you have anchors, see? That's like NLP lingo. Now you have anchors and programming, see? Tonight's programming, okay? Like tonight's, in Swedish it's called TV-program. Tonight's programs, okay? There's a news anchor telling you so. Tonight's programs will have this guy with the sports report or something like this. So you have anchors, you have a box that makes it suggestible. Then you have anchors giving you programs. So that's another hooks and loops, tying back to what I was talking about before. Where just the awareness makes you less susceptible. Meaning, if you know that the TV is working to hypnotize you, and you know that it's working to hypnotize you to hurt you, that's likely to make you less suggestible. Just have that knowledge. And if a person is going to hypnosis, a hypnotist, and they're defiant and hostile internally, even if they don't express it, but they're maintaining like a skeptic, like a hostile. It's like, this guy's gonna try to hypnotize me and I'm resisting it. They understand it requires that you're like relaxing, giving into it, understand that you're not putting up a defense. So whatever. What else I want to talk about? What time is it? Yeah. Let's check the comments. This message, how for you, that'll be good. Oh, okay. I'm scrolling up in the comments. I have been checking the comments for 15 plus minutes. There was a comment. What's the tea? It's not tea. Mind if I lurk? Question mark. I'm a huge fan. Definitely hit that sub button already. And somebody wrote the word young 3 times. Followed by good morning, brother. And then someone wrote, what a mess. Where's your toothbrush? Okay, here's the toxic coward internet bully. Or you're Swedish, that person's gonna get blocked. Someone wrote, that person's gonna get blocked. Or disgusting freak. You're a disgusting freak. Here comes a person, silly handle. Is Donald Trump doing good for the world? I don't think so. So here's the point. I'm not the slave of the psychopathic overlords. I'm not a slave like most people are. Most people are slaves to the satanic, narcissistic power elites, the psychopathic power elites. And I'm not a slave. It's like the Matrix movie. You are a slave, Neo. So most people have their minds captured and they're controlled by the deep state. And they're ignorant of how to be in control. And I'm doing people a favor by going live and making videos. Is Donald Trump doing good for the world? I don't think so. Well, Donald Trump is a puppet. Here's again, it's like people. I'm dealing with people, and most people are living in La La Land. The emperor has no clothes. We suppose mercy work for politics. The president of America runs the country. He's the guy in charge. No, I've been saying for years. Presidents are puppets. I don't care if Biden would have won, or Kamala Harris, or Hillary Warren Clinton, or Trump. Whoever ends up being the president of the United States of America is going to be a puppet of the deep state. And this is dangerous truth. They want to invest in that game and believe that it's real, like WWE wrestling. There's a episode, that's Hidden Playview Truth. I kind of an instance of Hidden Playview Truth, where the guy is like he is always like some kind of thing, some problems. And this often some guy bumps his car in the parking lot or takes his pocket sport or something like this. And then there's like a big wrestler guy. He's like a WWE wrestler, World Wildlife Foundation, doing wild life. Okay, so it is a WWF. Whatever. Okay, he's wrestling. He's battling something, and Larry gets mad at him, and he goes into the lobby or like the foyer, whatever. And the guy's kid, he goes, "Hey, your dad is the guy Thor, right? The wrestler." And I go, "Yeah, it's all fake. Okay, it's all for show. It's like it's not real. It's like the wrestling is fake." And this guy's like, it's like somebody told the Santa Claus is real, understand? And then it goes, and then the guy calls to beat his ass in the parking lot. And this like this clips where it's like when it started breaking, was like they were like maybe the 80s, something like this, 70s, 80s, where like a lot of people were thinking that it was like real. Okay, it's like real matches. People are really like fighting each other. One guy gets his ass kicked by the other guy. Okay, see, okay, and it started to be like reported sometimes. It goes like, "Is it fake?" Okay, this. Isn't it fake or something? So they try to smack him over the head or like throw them on the ground and be like, "Does that feel fake to you?" or something like this. Okay? And I don't know if this was like some of these could be because it's like it's like plausible that it's like this is how they do marketing for wrestling. Where it's like a guy with a microphone and like suddenly a confrontation turns physical. That's like WWF. It's like we got Stone Cold Steve Austin here and the Undertaker. Okay? So what do you got to say? I'm gonna take it, I gotta beat him. It's like a fight, but it's not fight right now. It's not shoving each other around. It's like a midget that comes in and like smacks it, like climbs, jumps up and smacks the other guy, something like this. And then like, the other guy needs a takedown. And the guy's like, "They're fighting right now," or something like this. They're like the turning panic camera. "They're fighting right now." Okay. So some of these clips where like some reporter goes like, "Is it fake?" and then the wrestler gets really aggressive and like smacks them or throws them around like this. That could be fake. That could be like PR. Understand? That could be like some of that could be PR. Where it's like they're in on it. Understand? It's like he's gonna say this to do this line. Is it fake? And then you grab him and throw him on the ground. Okay. Anyway. Now there's few people that believe that it's real. Now I like to say this, just okay, that it's very real athleticism. It's very real injuries. It's very real. So it's like it's imprecise to say that it's fake. Understand? But that's a reactive statement to this is real matches. People fighting to beat each other's ass, and one guy gets his ass kicked, and they're not like on the same team. It's like a whole movie, understand? Where it's like there's an actor who's like, "You're trying to kill the other guy," you say, okay, and the other guy's trying to kill you, and it's like they work to make it look like you really want to murder this guy here for the scene, and it's like you hit him here and he falls down, so it's like that, understand? So it's not real as some people thought. It's like these guys are really mad, each other, really gonna try to kick each other's ass, but it's real athleticism. There's real injuries, there's real training, there's real blood, sweat, tears, and there's a real art form. Understand? There's like a real art to it. So anyway, go fuck yourself, Mike. It's time to take off the shades. Mike, you can do it. We know you're. I'm not stoned. These are tobacco cigarettes. I don't use drugs, you piece of shit. Mike, it's time to take. It's not time. It's time for me to do whatever the fuck I want. And right now, I don't feel like take off the shades, bitch. You get it blocked. Mike, it's time to take off. It's not I time, but it's to do what here? You understand? Mike, you can do no use. I'm not stoned, bitch. What a pathetic little disgusting freak you are. Little beta bitch coward. Get it blocked. People get it blocked. You think you know everything, but no, but I don't think I know everything. You might feel like, listen to me talk like this guy knows everything, contrasted to me, like poetically, or like he seems to feel like he knows more. Yeah, the truth is I know more about most things than most people, but I don't say that on everything. But I know more about most things. And you need more interaction with the chat. You need to go fuck yourself and get a block from my chat. No, you need to chill. No, bitch. Are you okay? They write. Okay, that's a cyber stalker. Blocked. Are you okay, brother? Are you okay? You're getting blocked. This AI video is not an AI video, you fucking idiot. Dude, this is not weed, this is tobacco, piece of shit. So, a lot of people show up in my chat harassing me and trolling. It's not just trolling. A lot of the people showing up attacking me in the chat are paid to gangstalking trolls. Means the people are cyberstalkers. Sammantaget vill ta både secret persecution och gangstalking videos. And part of it is cyberstalking, which means these people are put up, recruited with a lot of secret agents harassing me and targeting me in real life. And then there's people that are put up and target me online. So a lot of the people that show up just looking like run-of-the-mill trolls, the cyberstalkers, work for the program. What's your specialist subject? It's going fucking yourself, okay? What's your specialist subject of knowledge? It's IDGAF, the science of IDGAF, and going to fuck yourself, okay? Blocking people in the chat. What's up, bro? What you doing? Where you from? Oh, I see. Go fuck yourself. Okay. Blocked. Straight to jail. People who write too much, blocked. By the way. Okay. People writing too little, also blocked. Okay. People capitalizing the letters, blocked instantly. People not capitalizing it, also blocked. Straight to jail. Yeah. Do not pass go. Vanish into the nether realms. So yeah, go fuck yourself. What's your degree? What's your specialty? Not giving a fuck about filthy freaks. Now imagine what a fucking pathetic loser beta bitch you gotta be. Mike says out here winning, producing content, live streaming, producing art, doing stuff, and you're a fucking faceless coward just watching a man do shit and hating on it. Not ripped with a six-pack having ass. Would you not rip with a six-pack having ass and your belly fat? And your bitch tits, most of it. The average person is obese, okay? The average man is 20s or 30s, has high body fat and low muscle. Not rip with a six-pack. Just take a moment to appreciate this physique there. You take some notes. Remember you talking to. Touche, motherfucker. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. I win again. I win again. Winning so hard that people honk the horns. I only got 2 likes on the stream. That's for. I went live 2 hours ago. I'm gonna need 6 likes within 30 minutes, or I'm privatizing the stream right after I'm finished with it. Here's something. I made a video 15 seconds short the other day. One of the major differences in my life, like one thing that I did that has made a huge difference in my life, is going to low sugar diet. Sugar is a poison. And then I put the audio, Alice in Chains, Alice Cooper, your poison running, and like a low volume. It's a 50-second short. And I got a copyright on it. It says limited. At first I peeled it out. No, you know what, I'm not. I deleted. So I pulled it. Yeah, I'm a total gangstalk, which means it's people that put up to target me. And I'm not on drugs, I'm not paranoid schizophrenic, I'm not crazy. I'm tormented. So, I don't give a fuck. It's like a lot of people are manipulative. They're like, don't work to make people feel like the inferior intellectual to yourself for this. It's like, the truth is I'm smarter than most people, and that's why I know more things. And I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not smarter. So 99% of my viewers are dumb than I. They have low IQ. And I'm not gonna pretend like that's not the truth. Okay? If you don't like it, you don't have to watch my videos. So, I'm doing people a favor by live streaming, sharing knowledge, making content, free content. And it really shows how toxic people are, the way they operate in the chat. So a lot of the people showing up in my chat that are pushing my buttons and like trolling and being like cyber stalking, coward bullies, there are people in the chat. A lot of them are paid gangstalker trolls. So that's part of the gangstalking part. These people are recruited cyber stalkers. I'm a gangstalker from the video. I'm a Christian being targeted persecution form called gangstalker from videos. And these people are recruited to target in real life. And I get targeted in real life and online. So a lot of the trolling harassment that I get in my chat are cyber stalkers. People are recruited and put up to target me. And they can be one person, like force multipliers, utilize force multipliers. But there's one person, it's like an online cyber stalk agent. And they have like 30 stalk accounts. And they switch between them to impersonate a mob, to make it look like there's like 12 people attacking me, but it's like one person with 12 accounts switching between them. Type of stuff. So that's how that works. And if I analyze the statements, there's a lot of projection, like narcissistic behavior. It's like people are just projecting. It's like the inversions. And here's a tricky thing. When you're dealing with with gangstalking, it's like if I look at videos other people dealing with the topic, it's like narcissist. Now there's textbook narcissist, there's organic narcissist. When a person has the psychology, they have a mental health problem, they're a narcissist. And they end up act like a narcissist. They end up in relationship gaslighting people and idealization, discard phase, idealization, devaluation, discard phase. It's like there's different things that you just do naturally. Now, if you deal with gangstalking, there's people who are put up to do narcissistic abuse to you, which means they are a conduit, like a faucet. They're like a conduit through which narcissistic abuse flows. So when I see Tom Stegall, for example, he's talking with narcissistic abuse for the gangstalking program. Is it certain, am I saying that he's a narcissist 100%? No, but he's narcissistic abusing people. Me. It's like gaslighting, devaluation, covert, dog abuse tactics. That ties into my Decode the Day Live movie. The supermarket reptiles. It's like the people look like reptiles. Yeah, there's a total in the video. The guy with the glasses can see. And he's seeing people that are reptilian. I've decoded that before. So the correct interpretation of the supermarket reptiles is not shape-shifting listed from outer space. I saw Lily McDermott had Tom Levy on recently. And she's also making videos with David Icke there. I count her as a shill. I count intelligence agent shill. And if not, a useful idiot. So, I don't care. I'm more valuable than Tom Levy. I'm definitely more valuable to people than Tom Levy. People are looking to extend the lifespan. I'm definitely more valuable than him. People are looking to protect themselves from serious inflammation problems. Okay. It's like I'm more valuable. People are looking to learn how to avoid destructive fire, inflammation, destroy them. People are looking to extend the lifespan. I'm more valuable. So, we'll see. It's like I'm gonna need more likes. I'm gonna finish this. I'm not gonna lie with the chat and off next stream. I did get fed up with it quick. Here's another thing I want to say to the next video. Go live again with the chat turned off.